she's tired.
Welcome along to Accidental Heroes. If this is your first time along, obviously welcome. We encourage you to click follow. If you really want to chuck us money. We still haven't figured out how to get that money out.
You get a cash app.
How to get what?
Cash app.
You've got to get enough. 15 cents doesn't go far.
What are you asking to do?
Withdraw the money that has been put into his Twitch.
There's at least $2 in there.
From who?
People?
The internet.
Mm-hmm.
Because when people sub with their Twitch Prime sub, we still get the money. So if you have a Twitch Prime sub, sling it our way. But also, more importantly, if you go through to the YouTube channel and click the follow button on there, that'd be great, because then we can get a vanity URL, and that's
where it actually matters.
Yeah, that's what we actually want. You can also check out all of the past VODs there, except maybe the last one.
You've had a month.
Look, I understand. And
I'm surprised it's not like actually automated, like a little checkbox that says.
Oh, look, I wish it was, but I guess at the end of the day, they are actually
separate companies that don't want to
not even that. They're they're literally competitors now, because there's people streaming on the tubes, and all that sort of jazzness. But without further of the ado, someone has a summary?
I have the summary, and I will do it now.
Great. Excellent.
John awakes outside the cave to the noise of conflict and heads towards the noise to investigate. Following the commotion down the tunnels, he comes across Damal with her face buried deep within her water skin. Thinking that as she is just really thirsty, he wanders on past, leaving her to solve her own thirst.
That was a really bad roll, eh?
Yeah.
Oh. Walking into a large cabin, John discovers that what his party has gotten themselves into. On one side, he sees a group of Jurga and Driders fighting each other atop a broken cave wall. Further in, upon a large lake in the centre of the cave, a large aboleth creature is creeping towards a small child being held in place by Aisha's air elemental. The party begins to assault upon the great beast to save the child, Ellie. Aisha releases a flurry of arrows, some hitting their marks. Sasha steps forward and is trapped in a psychological magma cage that no one else can see. The aboleth lunges at the air elemental and Ellie, while John rushes in and attempts unsuccessfully to free Sasha. The fight continues, with Urbag trying to polymorph the great beast and Sasha trying to magically banish it. They ignore the Dwegar and Driders, while John and the air elemental try and save the child and Sasha, who are clearly under some strange spell. Ellie manages to overpower her captives and runs towards the terrible maw of the aboleth, just as Sasha manages to banish it back to its otherworldly plane of existence, breaking the creature's hold over the child.
We got there.
Realizing now that the Driders have defeated the Dwegar, Urbag casts a sinking cloud to mask the party's retreat as they all escape back out the path they entered through.
Stinking.
The party reaches Damal, and with some keen observation, Sasha realizes what has befallen her friend and cures her of her disease. Thanks, Sasha. Ellie thanks the party for what they have done, but indicates she has to hastily travel home. Suspicious about their predicament, Urbag presses Ellie as to about why she continues to hide her left arm, and with his charismatic persistence, she reluctantly shows him her arm, which appears to have permanent traumatic frostbite damage. Reluctantly, she admits to Urbag that she received it as an infant, and it is one of her oldest and first memories of pain she has. Urbag figures it out through his keen insight and great memory that it might be the same child from their first time through the Dark Void, and realizes that she did not die as they had all assumed.
What can I say?
With a knowing look at Sasha, he mentions that he thinks he has met the girl before. As he is about to reveal his realization, Damal begins to freak out yet again, and the whole party now sees the dark mists heading towards them to consume them. After a disorientating moment, trapped in a place between realities, they find themselves back on their horses, heading through the forest back through the mercenary camp. After a lengthy discussion in private and piecing all the information together, the heroes ready themselves for the next step. Arriving at Captain Dusk's tent, they inform her in full of what has happened in the Orc village, as well as the promise Sasha has made. Sasha asks to fund a group of mercenaries to escort the Red-Tooth Orcs east to the Guildlands, and for a message to be passed on to the Guild and Rook so that he can send the B team to help lead the Orcs to safely. Fortunately, she finds a few honourable volunteers for the task, led by Crown McNugget. After settling that, they have the room cleared and come clean to the captain about what happened this time through the void. Urbeck asks the captain if Eleanor Maxan has a frostbitten arm, to which captain confirms that Eleanor has had that injury since she was very young. Urbeck explains that he believes that Ellie and Eleanor are one and the same, and that they were somehow helping her during moments in the past. With this important reveal and a trusting bond achieved, Captain Dusk reveals her own secrets. She admits that the heroes had been watched closely since their first steps into Bandit's Rests, and that they have been watched over by a ghost of her daughter, Saren, a ranger who died many years ago. Unable to deal with the grief, she left Bothan behind in Freeport and went travelling with her ghostly daughter to help her fulfill an unfinished destiny, protecting the roads to Freeport. At the end of their travels with the mercenary company draws near, what dangers will the heroes face in Kalanor, the infamous cursed city of the dead? Who holds the power to keep sending the heroes into the past, and to what end? Can they trust that they are doing is even the right thing, or are they simply puppets in some grand game to affect the present?
That was an awesome dramatic read. Thank you.
See, I almost forgot half of that shit.
Well, to be fair, it was last year.
I'm glad I was able to read it because I wasn't there, so that was awesome.
2020 is over!
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
Last year was the correct
Yes, you
usage.
were.
He
Wait,
said a
No,
year
no, I
ago.
know,
Did
I
you
know.
miss the
Yes,
last one?
yeah.
Yeah,
she missed the last one. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
So she had no
Yeah.
idea, literally no idea.
Yeah.
about
I had no idea what I was reading.
Okay.
It was awesome.
Okay.
Also, there's a cat now.
Okay.
The cat exists. There's a dog and a cat. Apparently, they like each other.
And Bunnings and chicken.
They seem to.
They coexist.
It's Old McDonald's farm.
The
So
dog.
I said
welcome back,
menagerie.
everyone,
Sorry,
to
Kevin.
the
Sorry.
first episode of the new year.
Yay.
Episode 14. 14 episodes. We are on episode 14, the Sunless City.
Yes, that's what it says.
Yes.
Yes, it says
Yes,
that.
it says that.
Thank
Right. A week passes uneventfully as the company marches through the heavy snow, making its way southwest through the southern forest beyond the bramble marshes. There's very little sign of other civilized life during the travel, only the occasional smaller animals every now and then, but this is not too unexpected given the onset of the winter season. On the final day, as the forest ends and gives way towards a frozen plain, you are called to the head of the marching column. There you find Captain Dusk and Serato looking out towards a wide coastal plain. Most noticeable in the distance is an ominous three-sided fortress, clearly of elven nature, but of a design you have never seen before. Plumes of smoke are scattered upon the plains as well, and you realize that there are at least 5 other mercenary or military companies camped upon the lands around the fortress. 3 of them even appear to be larger than the group you are currently with. Noticing your approach, Laura, the captain, puts down her spyglass and hand signs to Serato that she wants privacy and to make sure no one overhears your conversation. She turns to you and says, "It appears that this part of our journey together nears its end. That fortress you see there is the entrance to Kelnor, and you will be there by the end of the day. However, there are things that you should know before going in. Firstly, that fortress is not the city. The city is underground. The fortress is designed in the shape of a triangle, which each of its 3 walls has a guarded door known as a head of Cerberus. It is wide enough for 4 wagons to pass through side by side, and these doors lead to a tunnel that eventually reaches one of the edges of the underground city. It usually doesn't matter what entrance you take, there are always travelers going in and out. They are either those that call the place home, or some very brave outsiders like yourself. Just keep a low profile and don't draw attention." Then she pauses and gives you all a funny look. To the citizens there, it will be very obvious that you are all outsiders. There is no hiding that, especially the 2 of you, and she glances both at John and Sasha.
Humans.
You're paladins walking the city of dead. Fortunately, this brings me to my second point. The people of the Sunless City itself. It is an elven city, but they are neither the happy surface elves that you are used to, nor the dark drow elves, she nods at the mouth, that you've seen. These elves are all highborn, noble in their own right, but dark and cruel. They are willing to deal with outsiders like yourself, but do not mistake in thinking that you are equal to them while in their city.
Ooh.
So
You
they're
will
French.
be,
French
you
elves.
will be second class to the elves and treated as such. The other thing is, almost a full other half of the city is populated by the undead. It is their culture. These elves all turn to necromancy. I'm not sure of their whole story, but all I know is that something in the past, perhaps a disease, decimated their population, and the other elven kingdoms turned their back on them. You would probably know more than I do if you're heading that way. To survive, these elves brought back the dead, so you'll find undead at all levels of society there, from servants to rulers. It is said that the city itself is ruled by a powerful council of necromancers and undead. And then her tone turns more serious. Keep a healthy respect for their culture and laws, otherwise you risk fates much worse than death. I wish I knew what would possess Eleanor and that fool Anton to go into such a cursed place.
Fool.
Fool.
Full of a took.
She pauses there in case there are any questions from any of you.
Are there any questions for the captain?
Mhm.
Is there anywhere that we can learn about the culture and the rules of the city and anything we might need to know before we blindly
Not
go in there?
Out here, it's not a place you can research before
So,
going
so,
in.
So there's no like gates with information on it.
No.
they don't have a visitor center.
They don't have a visitor
visitor
center.
They don't have an
available.
information centre. This is bullshit. What about a
fancy boy
poke
elves.
centre? Can we?
Well, you are a bard. You have
Is-
some sort of knowledge.
Is there any friendly contact that you know of that we
Oh,
could
yeah, we have
meet?
dice.
Question.
Stuff,
She
right?
says, fortunately, you won't be completely without allies. Sorato and I can't follow you in there as we will draw far too much attention. We are well known within that city.
Touch them.
However, my daughter Saren will be with you. The nature of the place allows her to be a stronger presence than she is normally able to, and she seems to like you based on your actions so far.
Okay.
Why?
Is she with us now?
No, you're not
Yes.
disturbing. Just leave it.
As
It looks
for
way
me-
more harder to.
She is with us now.
Yeah, she is with you now.
She's spying on us.
She's
all the
always
time.
spying and watching you.
Can I talk to her?
You can, like she
But
can
she
hear
probably,
you.
but she probably can't talk.
Oh,
Uh,
to talk back, she would have to live train Sasha or something again until she enters
Oh,
the
so
city.
she's not in corporeal form
No.
until
She's
No.
not well,
Until
she's
we
not
go-
really corporeal, but she's more able to do things
So I
and
could
affect
talk to her?
things while in the city. She can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She probably can't reply as easily at the moment.
Once she enters the city, is
Yeah.
she able to leave?
Yes, she's able to leave.
So she won't be trapped there.
Not unless some necromancer does something.
Steals her.
Yes, because there are a lot of undead controlling magic users in the city.
I would like to roll.
Am I need to give you a treat?
Why is the dog growling?
Because I'm offering the kitty attention and not.
I'll let you go in a little
Hey.
bit. And she says, as
Don't
for
do
me,
that.
I have to sort out what we were hired for, like the company, and
Yeah.
whether a war is about to find us all. We will be camped on the
Okay.
plains outside the fortress. Should anything change, I will get word
I'm
to
not
you
your
via
hero.
Saren.
Ah, yeah, me.
Yeah.
What
What were you gonna roll?
I want to roll a knowledge. His story
Yes.
on
It's
the
his story, not her story.
Huh?
Yes, his story.
On-
The city
Go
and
ahead.
the culturally
Yeah.
sensitive information.
I'm gonna do it.
Shit. 9.
9. Beyond the fact that the city is mostly elves,
Yeah.
mostly highborn elves, and they are necromantic, you know that they worship a couple of different death gods within the city, not all of them nice.
Oh.
You know that the city is predominantly evil,
Okay.
but very lawful to to an extent because of their elven nature. You don't know who currently rules, and you don't know the major dangers of the city.
I'm gonna
itself,
fit
because
in
you
real
haven't
well.
been there. Yeah.
Oh, your alignment's so evil. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Your alignment might be evil, but you don't know how they feel towards
Chaotic.
Drow.
Yeah.
No,
As
Drow,
well, Drow,
because Drow
yeah.
are different elf.
And they're
Drow
pro-
were once one of the elven nations that turned their back on these guys
High
as
elves.
well.
Yeah.
and Drow are also considered
rolly
like
roll.
lowest
Yeah,
of the low.
Sort
And
of
rolly roll.
like they
Good.
respect them and
Knowledge,
you know,
20.
you have heard of this city, and even among the Drow kind, they kind of fear the undead masters of Keldor.
But they're more sinister
So
than
nothing
Drow.
extra?
Yeah, they're more sinister than Drow. Or why not say more sinister, but either more or equally dangerous
Okay.
because of their mastery with the dead.
Can I do like say a Arcana check on this place?
Yes.
See if the necromancy has ever been linked to fiendish stuff.
Sure, you may.
Because I get advantage on that. 20.
You know that it hasn't directly been led to fiendish stuff, but some of the gods they do worship have fiendish connections. So the gods of the dead that they do worship have fiendish connections.
I
Okay.
speak in Thieves' Cant to
Yes.
the lady and ask her if there's any secrets I should know.
She signs back to you that there are no, like, she's not sure what secrets you mean.
Anything that you're not telling us? That
Oh, no, she
No.
has nothing else.
Okay,
She says, yeah.
Cool.
Nothing else she has to warn you about, as
Cool.
far as she knows.
Or that she wants to warn us about.
Maybe.
Sasha is going to remove her breastplate of gleaming, dropping her AC drastically,
Sure.
packing it into her bag.
Does it not change, or is it? Oh, it's always shiny, isn't it?
It's always clean.
Okay.
Always
Yeah.
clean, just like Sasha. And she is going to put on her formal noble outfit to make her look as regal as possible. She will remove her pendant that is the mark of Sir Timot, basically hiding any obvious
Not showing your
signs
face.
that she is attached to paladin powers or priestly
You make
powers.
yourself look
So
more.
I'm basically looking just like a sorcerer
Okay.
rather than a paladin sorcerer.
I will say John is reasonable enough to follow your lead, and he does conceal his symbols to Selun. However, he does keep his armor on.
Yeah, because he'll just look like a fighter.
He'll just look like a fighter.
I'm going to do the same thing. Make sure that my glanard studded leather looks as formal as possible.
Sure. With your preparations done, she says, I hope you find Eleanor quick and unravel what is going on. When you are ready, split off from us and make your way to the fortress. Be safe, my friends. May Selun watch over you.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks for all your
Your
fish.
preparations made, you approach the scary-looking elven fortress. As you approach the fortress walls, you notice one of the huge open doors built into one of its 3 walls. The captain was not exaggerating. The doors are huge, and on the rampart walls above, elves keep a vigilant watch. Notably, however, there are 2 giant zombies to either side of the doorway. They stand unmoving and covered in a light dusting of snow. As you approach and walk by, you feel a terrible chill as you walk past these giants. Slightly beyond the entrance, a dozen armored elves.
Before we go, can I talk
Yeah.
to them?
The
The
giants?
The giants, the zombies.
What do you wish to say? Because you can talk to undead.
Hail and well met.
They kind of look down at you because you're tiny compared to these giants, and they don't react.
Wait,
They're just looking at you.
Yeah, they're just looking at you.
you can speak undead?
For some reason, she can.
Really?
Yeah,
It's my favourite enemy.
It's one of her favorite enemies. It allows
That's-
her
that's
to
o-
speak the language.
That's only.
I know
if-
it's an optional, but
no,
I
no,
just
no. As in,
allowed
that's
it.
only if the creature has a language.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll
So
say
so
that they
so,
can
so,
kind of
yeah.
understand.
So yeah.
Yeah. Like a
Usually-
skeleton.
Won't have a language, but like a zombie might have the language it knew in life.
There's actually more technicality to it than that, Darren.
Yeah.
I think we decided that I could just talk to them.
She could talk to them and she could understand, which is fine. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Let's see. Beyond the entrance, a dozen armored elves watch hawk-like as travelers enter and leave the city. You notice that there are more people entering the gates than leaving. Most of them, however, are not elves. Some of them appear to be travelers or representatives from other mercenary companies. With that, some of the elf guards give you a disinterested look as you pass by, but pay you no real attention. So you find yourselves through the doors, and there's this huge tunnel, and there are people walking down, and you have kind of joined the line going in.
The conga line.
Is there anything you wish to do at this stage?
Just say we should just kind of follow the rules until we get inside, right?
I'd like to be as quietly concealed as possible.
Yes,
I can,
you can.
like sneak and stuff, right?
Yeah, you can. When it comes up, I will get you to roll a sneak roll if required.
Man,
The walk-
do I make myself look like an undead?
Even though you would. Well, the thing is, what we have to be worried about is a necromancer going to be able to take control of you? Because at one point you were undead.
Yeah, but I'm not anymore.
But at one point you were. There could be your pinky toe that could still be dead. And then your pinky toe could fight against the rest of your body.
Ultimately taking over.
Do we see any high elves?
They are all high elves. So the high elf guards that
Yeah.
watch you go by, those are high elves.
Okay, and are there any like high elves of significance that we can see?
They all look like common
Soldiers.
guards, common
Okay.
soldiers. They are very well equipped,
Right.
as you'd expect from high elven
see what they're
society.
wearing?
Yeah. So you can see it is a very like silvery chain armor.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
like mithril.
Yeah. Well, sort of, but it's probably not as extravagant as mithril.
Yeah.
Like they
I have
would
a
have no
mithril
access
shirt.
to it.
Okay.
All right, walking down the
was a
walk
good
down the
picture.
tunnel is a quiet one. A floating flaming skull hovers above each group of travelers, providing illumination as you make your way in. After about 20 minutes of walking, the tunnel curves and opens up into a huge underground cavern. By then, you kind of guess that it is evening in the day. Gentle lights, as you look out in the cavern, gentle lights from fluorescent rocks and from multiple buildings in this underground, this huge underground place, can be seen from your vantage at the tunnel's exit. A set of stone steps lead downward into the city. Damal, having come from an underground city in her youth, realizes that this is a very different feel to the Drow cities of her people. Where the Drow designs would depict carvings of spiders and angry demons, spikes and knives, instead this elven city around you has more stained glass murals, carvings of withered trees and black roses, ravens and skulls. Lots and lots of skulls. It's like a very emo elven society.
Oh, even more emo than actual elves.
It looks like the
Yes.
inside of
And
Simon and Alice's house.
They have Welcome to the Black Parade playing for everyone coming in.
Hey,
Continuously.
hey, hey. My Chemical Romance is
So
an
they
amazing
are.
band.
So the
And
exit.
their live performances
of
are
the
awesome.
tunnel?
Sorry, Kevin.
Yep.
I just had to
Um,
clarify.
You
You're
needed
at
to
the
defend
edge of
someone.
a cavern, a very huge cavern, rivaling that of the Drow cities that she's
How
in.
huge in real world terms?
How huge in real world terms?
Bigger than the Colosseum?
I don't know how big the Colosseum is.
Colosseum's not that big.
That's why I started there.
Is there a reference that we can all relate to?
The length of the tunnel,
The Waterview Tunnel?
the Waterview Tunnel.
What have you
Yeah,
told?
that's the
Ooh.
tunnel. We'll say that's
That-
about the
that
tunnel
sort of
that
length?
you've taken.
That's
Yeah,
a very long tunnel.
it's
Yeah.
a very long tunnel.
Wow.
It's a huge
Except circle.
singular city. Yeah, except circle. Walking down the stone steps before you, the first thing that hits you is the smell. It is a sickly smell of death mixed with embalming fluids and very strong perfumes. And then you see it, the undead. Zombies and skeletons mostly, and some forms of undead that you aren't even sure of. All of them doing some sort of task. There are zombies carrying bags of shopping, following their elf masters. There are skeletons sweeping the streets, cleaning windows. There are phantom shadows moving among the elves
Cool.
and the few non-elves that you can see.
Great visuals.
It is very unnerving to see many undead around. This was actually more to troll John because he would react, but he's not here, so
No.
It is very unnerving to you to see so many undead around integrated with the society,
So cool.
subservient to the foul magic that has brought them back.
Is it the same as the zombies at the end of fuck, what was that?
Maze, Infernal Demon
What
Blade.
did No, it's the comedy one with the guys that did Hot Fuzz.
Shaun of the Dead?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah.
What?
Is it the same as the end of that, where the like zombies are pushing trolleys around?
Sort of, but these zombies
Playing
seem to
video
be
games?
better taken care of. Like
So-
people have put clothes on them and
So they just look like pale people walking
Zombies
around.
Yeah.
clothes.
Like diseased
zombies
people.
with clothes. People have sprayed them with like perfumes and like herbs and
Right.
stuff.
to
Embalming
make them
fluids.
Yeah,
So
embalming
they
fluids.
don't rot away.
So they
So-
don't. Yeah.
So it's basically like walking into Undercity in World of Warcraft.
Play World of
Uh,
Warcraft.
Okay, yeah, but
no,
those
it
people are
sounds-
falling apart.
It sounds way more extravagant than that because there are high elves
Yeah, but they
like
have
leading
clothes.
people. And
Okay, think of just like a fresh corpse, but like who's like all dressed up to go to their own funeral, but they're walking around
why do they have to be fresh?
because they say they look well maintained. That's
They
the,
look well maintained, but they're not necessarily fresh. Sorry.
yeah, but in terms of their appearance.
Oh yeah, they've actually been dressed up.
That's
to
what I
look
mean.
Nice.
But their faces could be rotting off.
No, he said they're well maintained.
They're
well
maintained. So
maintained,
they're
but
kind of
like-
preserved zombies, not
Yeah.
fresh
Oh,
zombies.
okay.
Yeah, so they look like still a person. They're just pale and.
Are they groaning? They're like,
Some of them I will say because they do make
They
sounds
drooling a
as
bit?
they move around. Yeah,
Yeah.
drilling a bit, but they're mindlessly like following the orders of
yeah,
whatever else.
kind of like Frankenstein.
Are their mouths
Yes,
stitched?
Sort
that's
of.
true.
Are their mouths stitched?
Not many of them. Doesn't seem to be a very common practice.
That must be where the smell comes from.
Or their butts.
Reaching the base of the stairs, you do notice a signboard nearby depicting the layout of the city. Upon examination, the underground city is made up of 6 large cavern districts arranged in a circle around a much larger 7th central cavern. A simple Elven word denotes each district in order. Anyone read Elvish?
Do I?
I have no idea.
I'm not.
I should hope that the elves.
Oh, yeah, I speak Elven.
Read
I read it
Elvish.
and tell everyone
Yeah.
what it is.
Okay.
I might.
Are you part?
I
No.
might.
No, I do.
He's here.
I might.
So the 6 districts, the first 6 districts are labeled Crow, Rose, Tower,
Crow Rose Tower.
Bazaar, Shield, and Bell.
This
And
one-
the central one is called Citadel.
Shields.
Just wondering, is it like
Bell.
a thick continuous tunnel, or are they connected by thin tunnels between like roundish caverns?
Cool.
Okay, so you are in one huge cavern,
Yeah.
and you have determined that you are in currently the Bell district.
Yeah.
It is connected to the central
Yeah.
Citadel district towards its end, so it's meeting the center, and then to its sides it connects up to the second.
So what I'm
district.
saying is it like thick continuous all the way, or is it like large
There is
area?
a large
thin?
tunnel between them.
Okay.
Oh, like
but not a
Iron
very
Forge.
long, not a very large, not a very long tunnel. Sorry.
The
Right.
size of the city
Yes.
is 1,968 squares in diameter, which is roughly 7,874 feet across.
Did you figure that out because of the length of the tunnel?
Yep, 2.4k.
Sure. We'll say that.
Is it like I want to put it in
Yeah.
like an idea that I understand. So Iron Forge is a city, right? In the middle is where all the king dwarves live.
Possibly.
Around
So
a circular
this?
outside, there's like this district a tunnel, this district a tunnel.
Yes.
No,
this
like
district,
this.
a tunnel.
Yes. Correct. Except
Yeah.
that the central one is connected to all of them.
yeah, okay, I can.
Yeah.
So it's Iron Forge.
Yes. Correct. You have figured that out. Additionally, the tunnels leading to the outside are like every alternate.
Okay, so
thing.
we're
Bell
in
has
one.
yeah,
There's
and
one
then
over
there's one
there.
and one there.
So
Yeah.
so can you just give me from Bell going
Just
clockwise
look at
around the
mine.
Okay.
names?
Bell going clockwise.
You
Crow.
don't know well,
Okay.
Rose.
Yeah.
Tower. Bazaar. Bazaar. Shield.
So the Bell Citadel's the
Pretty
middle one.
No, Citadel is the middle one.
This one. This is our rough map.
You have gotten it correct.
I have cartographed.
The only other thing, I guess, it doesn't really matter, but the tunnels don't actually go out straight. They curve in and then they go up so that they all meet up like a tent or a teepee, yes, to the surface.
This is the weirdest city in the world.
It is.
It's
It's
made
designed for a
Gibbon's
reason, by the way.
imagination.
It is designed for a reason.
It moves
No, it'll be something to do with the way the magic's
like
going
a
to
clock. Pocahontas.
There you go. Done. There's our map.
I thought of things. Okay. Never mind.
Who's in the channel?
What? No one.
So you're thinking about how to collapse the whole city.
How to collapse the city.
No, I just looked at it and went, that looks like some form of reproductive organ.
You mean the
What,
uterus?
reproductive?
Yeah.
What are you talking
It does
about?
look a bit like a uterus.
I guess because of the
Just
little
like
bendy
because all the
things.
tubes and the anyway.
Here's a question.
It's
Why
huge.
can you say uterus and not the P word?
What?
No, but you can't say the V word.
Why can't you say the V word?
Is it because it's on the outside?
I guess so.
It's weird.
What?
Internet.
You can say all of those words. They're
No,
anatomically correct.
No, not the P one. Vagina is fine, but the P one's more of a what's the word here? More casual. What's the term for that? But
Slang?
Slang?
slang. Well, not slang. No, that's slang is different.
I don't understand.
Colloquial, yeah, more colloquial way of referring to. Whereas the vagina is a medical description of the actual
Then what's
place.
the medical description of the P word?
Penile.
But-
Yeah?
oh, you also mean you're referring to penis?
Yeah.
Oh no, penis is also anatomically a
What's
correct
the
word.
other P word then?
I think of pussy.
There's one of those over there.
Yeah.
The cat.
Anyway.
Focus.
I didn't.
Topic.
Why did my brain
City.
not go there? City. Yes.
Travel.
City map done. Look, this is the map. It looks like a thing. Oh god. It's not going to work. It's not dark enough. It's fine. There's a map.
You wish to do.
It's kind of like Ironforge.
We
Look it up.
continue to follow the crowd as we move
copyright.
into the sea.
Okay. You realize the
No,
crowd is
Quoted.
moving towards the bazaar district. However,
Is it?
so they're moving towards bazaar district, but it's mostly the outsiders that have come in that are moving towards there.
Does it look odd?
It doesn't look odd because it seems like they don't really want to mess around with the other districts.
Ah, fucking
Then-
factions.
Then we too
Yeah.
follow to the bazaar district.
Alright?
I would imagine the bazaar district being more welcoming to outsiders since that's where trade is.
Finger guns.
That is a
But
good-
like if we go to Tower or even Crow,
I'd like to investigate once we get to Bazaar.
Okay, you may. Walking through the tunnels, you find yourself in the bazaar district. It's a very crowded place. You initially pass by a few stalls, like a market stall,
I buy everything.
selling trinkets and perfumes. These seem very popular with the elves as they buy such things to adorn their undead servants, like a mark of class. Further in, there are more market stalls selling various textiles and clothing, food, goods, and even a few selling metalwork, armor, and weapons. You do see a fair number of non-elves around, a few humans, you notice, dwarves, tieflings, and even a minotaur. What do you wish to do in this
I'd
district?
like to investigate.
You may.
Also, yeah.
But what in specific are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for information about any rules, any like customs, anything like that that we need to be on the lookout for, like any signage that I might want to see.
Sure.
I'm also looking to see if there's any high elves of note within the bazaar.
Sure.
I would also like to know
step
if
go.
there's anything that's not completely apparent to the eye. So whether you're going to do that as a perception or a...
I'll do that as an investigation check. Yes, and also because you're not really talking to anyone unless you've decided you want to approach
someone.
some
At the
people.
moment, no, I just need to. I need to see. what's-
Make the roll.
yeah.
I would like to.
Well, we'll
after
get to
that.
her. Yeah.
14.
Alright, it is a general understanding that the undead here is always owned by someone. So they're treated as property of whatever elven necromancer that has raised them.
Unless they're at like ruling level.
Unless they're ruling levels. So ruling level would imply level of intelligence that obviously they can self-control, like they're not like lich or worse.
Are they ruling level in the Citadel?
They are most definitely ruling levels.
The captain mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, they're
Well,
most
he said they
definitely
were necromancers.
No, he said they were ruling.
there was some ruling level on it.
Mm.
With that in mind, any damage done to the undead will be considered a crime. Well,
Because they're property.
Fine.
unprovoked, it's a punishable crime. It's unprovoked because they seem to, like I said, you are gonna be treated second class, so they value the undead more than you as an outsider, a non-high elf outsider.
Interesting.
They
Man, we should have asked more about the city before we got
Correct.
here.
Well, they might.
The bazaar itself,
Yeah.
usually nobles do pass through here, but this late in the day, they've all gone back to there. So you don't really spot many. You spot a lot of the people that just came in. They're like buying stuff and trading,
The night
looking
market.
for a good place to drink, keeping out of the snow and freezing cold outside.
Yeah.
You
The
probably
night
have to
market,
be extra careful because remember you come from a race of people that cause the situation.
At the moment, though, they are not treating any of you any different. Like they'll look at you, but they'll be disinterested. Like
Yeah.
you don't draw their attention.
Well, because I'm trying very hard not
Huh?
to
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're keeping a low profile, which is
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
What does Urbank wish to do?
4 things.
4 things, sure.
I would like to buy a map,
You would like to buy a map of what?
the city,
Sure.
which I imagine I'd be able to buy somewhere in the bazaar.
Yeah, you will be able to. It would cost you a gold coin, we'll say.
Okay.
It's easily found, it's not an uncommon thing.
No, sure. I would like to buy some dumplings.
Some what?
Dumplings.
Okay.
Such a delicacy does not exist in this world, or in this city.
This is the worst city in the world with me.
Wheat products that require wheat and bun. You can't grow that shit
Yeah,
underground.
you can't grow that shit in the ground.
It was all fungus based, man.
Yeah.
So there's like stroganoff.
Magic mushrooms.
Oh no, because
Stuffed mushrooms.
I'd like to get. Is
Stuff-
it,
I'm not done. 4 things.
That,
Stop.
that'll
do you
be
stop nettering?
It's part of the thing.
Mhm.
Mushroom-based delicacies. Okay, cool.
Mushroom-based delicacies.
The third thing,
Mm-hmm.
is there some form of inn/accommodation area?
I'll make you roll an investigation check for that.
An investigation check of a nat 1.
And that one, you find the most amazing inn ever.
it is a converted stable, yeah.
Truth be told, there's only one really famous one, so one would have just pointed you in that direction anyway.
Oh.
But I guess the things that they say about it, they kind of talk it up a bit
Yeah,
too
yeah,
much to
yeah.
be believable.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you, as a network one, believe it completely. It's
I'm
like
like,
the most
it's-
high class, amazing,
This is 15
royal
stars.
in 15 stars. Yeah.
I was hoping we can get swindled into a fake inn.
Okay, so I've
Fa-
found
and it
accommodation.
is called the Purple Glove, and it is found very much here in the Bazaar district.
Purple glove.
The Purple Glove,
Not the maroon glove.
not the maroon glove, the Purple Glove.
No, the purple gloves, the maroon gloves are shit placed. Don't go
I
there.
don't know.
Also, with your map, you
All
have
thieves there.
a better
Why not
idea of what this city, how it's laid
That
out.
was a good idea to buy a map.
It is. The map tells you the following things. The Crow district, you can update that thing if you want. Since I guess we'll make it common knowledge, not just urban. The Crow district is mainly where the commoner high elves live,
Sure.
and it's also a place where you can find the Church of Zaridun.
Ooh.
Harizddun.
Wait. Repeat that, please.
So you can find the commoner elves living
Oh,
there.
no, it's Church of...
Church of the god Tharizun. It's hard to pronounce.
Yeah.
T-H-A-R-I-Z-D-U-N.
T-H-A-R-I-Z-T-U-N.
Tharizun.
Farizdun.
The Rose district is where you can find the lower nobility and most of the intelligent undead. There you find the Church of Kalimvor. It's also located there.
Spell?
K-E-L-E-M
K-E-L-E-M.
V-O-R.
V-O-R. plus undead.
Intelligent. Yep. In the Tower District, there is where the Wizarding Academies can be found, mostly necromantic specializations.
Visiting school.
Wizarding schools, necromantic specializations, and there you can find the Church of Nerull, Nerull.
That's how I thought it was spelled. Good pronunciation.
The bazaar is the merchants and markets area, which you are well aware of. The shield is where the elven military, prisons, and law enforcement can be found.
Well, so that's where we'll find her back later.
Possibly. Or
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, why instantly me?
Out of us four, who?
Oh, me first.
Out of us
In-
5, probably John.
I guess.
Like, in this particular situation, the most likely to get arrested is John.
I reckon I'm still always the most likely.
In the Bell District, you find all the artisans and builders.
Ooh.
Most of
well
the
away from
laborers
there.
and workers that can be found here. And finally, the central area, which is the Citadel District. This is where the ruling caste of the city reside.
Okay. So the fourth thing,
Yes.
my current weapon
Yes.
is a rapier of lifesteal.
Yes.
I imagine that in a city of the undead,
Yes.
that they would have some pretty sick weapons for sale.
They probably would.
I would like to purchase a replacement weapon. Is there something?
What
would
would
be
you be
awesome.
looking for?
I don't know. I kind of want to browse.
Well, you if you think about it, and then I'll make some rolls and see
Can
whether you can
I
find it.
liken you to a thing called Instrument of the Bards?
Instrument of the Bards. I mean,
Is that a weapon?
You
That's
could.
well,
I've got Instrument of Illusions
no, it's
currently.
it's not a weapon, but it just gives you a ton of spellcasting.
I've got a really shitty weapon at the moment.
Yeah, but
The irony is you would all have nicer weapons if there are certain things you didn't miss or skip out on.
Yeah.
when?
They are in there, they've been seeded in there.
I tried.
Aboleth Lair is one of them.
Yeah, well, we did not stick
There was
around.
like sweet loot in there, and then you just ran away.
Whoa.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Objective over loot.
An instrument of
Yeah.
yeah. Look, I was
Okay.
more
It's 'cause I
looking
made them
towards.
skinny.
Well, look at the stuff that depending on what you pick gives you.
Well, don't bother thinking about it now because the day is
Yeah.
running at the end, so the bazaar is kind of closing down. You would have to wait till the next day to make some investigation or search rolls
Can I
to find a
see?
suitable, awesome magic shop. Yes.
Can I see any elves at the moment? Any high elves?
Just
Also,
Some
it gives you
few-
extra
Some
spell.
of them
Yeah,
are
which
running
you cast from the
spells.
weapon. I mean,
Can I
from
figure
the
out by
instrument,
smelling
and
what?
you get to become more range.
Can I perceive what they what they smell like, and how they're layering their perfumes and stuff like that?
Look, as cool as that is,
Figure
I'm
out
pretty
how
sure
they
that
are
that would not
What
be
they
in an
smell
undead
like.
city.
Yeah, like can I perceive how they
Funeral
adorn
marches and stuff. They have music.
themselves and
Yeah.
smell and
I guess you can kind of
Okay.
guess at their fashion style if that's what you're getting at.
and how they like how
And you
they
can
adorn
work out
themselves.
how they are adorned and what type of perfumes
Can
they're
I
using.
sneak past any of them and like give them a good sniff?
Yeah, you can. Mostly it's a very flowery
Yeah.
smell. Some of them are more chemical.
And while they're doing their
And,
things.
and what do they and can I smell what they adorn their zombie slaves with?
What they adorn their zombie
Yeah.
slaves with. They try to make it like smells of the outside, like the wilderness kind of tree smells.
Like
So we'll
earthy
just say
smells.
like pine air freshener.
Oh yeah.
we'll just make it
Everyone has pine air freshener. Everyone has a
Febreze
Nicholas.
Febreze.
all over
yeah.
the zombies.
You know, those the car air freshener
You
that they
can
get wearing
obviously
around
tell
the
Are they
that
neck.
shaped
is
like
done to
pines 'cause they
mask
have
the
death and
stench.
decay.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
stench of death
Yeah.
and decay.
Cool. Thank
Although
you.
some of them have been preserved and are so like old that they don't have a scent anymore.
Mhm.
I guess they've been dried out.
Yeah.
Look
from
at you and
years
your
of
scent.
existence.
Dried
Yeah.
zombies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dried.
Preservatives
while-
included.
And skeletons. There's skeletons. Alright, what would you do
While
while
they're
they're doing
doing their thing, I want to get ask around for where is the most likely places like human visitors will end up congregating or like stay long term.
that? Good question. Are you asking a non-human or an elf?
I'm gonna stick with the other visitors in the bazaar. Like if like after humans, where they would hang out, or especially those try to look for those that have been here like more than once.
Good roll, as in make a roll. It's a good question.
11.
We'll see how lucky you get. Okay. Your questioning, and based on the people you've fortunately chosen to ask, they seem quite friendly to you because you are like them, not one of these high elves that look down on them.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them does mention information. How about if you look for a little bit of fun? You hear mention of a weekly fighting and gambling ring happening tonight. And to you, that might be a good place to listen in and pick up some useful information as well. Aside from the very famous awesome inn that
Jamal's totally going. Does she know
Urbank
about
has
this?
found.
Just me right
Because of
now.
weather, it's just
Okay,
it's Aisha right
and-
now.
Okay, so like a little fighting ring.
There's a weekly fighting ring that is meant to be secret. But you think it's pretty much an open secret because everyone is kind of talking about
Yep.
it. Like more than one person is mentioning
Well,
it.
and-
Someone talked
And
about.
can you remember how much of a head start did like Anton and I don't know get how long they? Yeah,
When you left Freeport, they had been gone for 5 days.
yeah.
But that said, you guys had more delays than
Yeah,
they
so
did,
like-
because you
Been
stopped
fucking around.
to clear some wagons that broke down. You did the whole
We also
Orc
stopped in the
village
city for
thing.
a couple of days.
You stopped in Bandits Rest for a couple of days, so you don't know how long,
Yeah.
whether they went straight or not. So you
Okay.
guess
Regardless,
at least a week,
yeah.
maybe more.
So going to this fighting might be a good idea purely because Anton, being a fencing master, would need to make some money since would have stayed here a lot longer term than we have.
It is a possibly good deduction, but he is traveling with the daughter of the Baron, who might have been smart enough to just
Yeah,
go
but
and
how much
beg
money?
off.
How much money could she have?
How much money do you
Not in
guys
trouble.
carry? You guys carry thousands of
Yeah, but
coins.
we're adventurers. We're completely
Oh,
different.
I guess
class
you have
of
bags
thing.
of holding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah.
I don't carry thousands of gold.
If I was
carried
going
in
to leave
platinum.
home
I'm
and
not an idiot.
I was a baron's daughter,
Excess weight.
We're adventurers.
I would be stealing as much as I could from my father.
So with all your observation and investigation and asking of questions, eventually you kind of meet together
Yeah.
at the bazaar to decide what you wish to do.
I just,
Oh, what do you want to do? You want to do something. What did Sasha want to do?
I just
Sasha
wanted to
would
ask about
winch.
the weapons in case you were like, yes, there's this amazing weapon that you can
You
purchase.
may ask about the weapons. There are a couple of weapon shops and magical like item shops in the city.
No, but like the reason that I asked was specifically in case you had dreamed up some crazy weapon that was specific.
Well, the thing
in
is-
the city. But it
No,
sounds like
not
you haven't.
specifically in the city.
Yeah.
No, I did dream up some crazy weapon that you would have found from killing certain things that you have either walked past or didn't do at all or ran away from.
Or negotiated in another way.
Or even if you negotiate another way, I would have kind of rewarded that, but you actually avoided the loot on your own choice. If that makes any sense.
But we didn't
Does-
fight
does.
the company either. And I imagine they would have had some secret.
They would have.
Sasha
Yes.
was going to look for a dressmaker's
Mm-hmm.
so that she could get some clothes that would help her blend in better and look less paladin-like with her outfit.
Sure.
Get something more befitting of somebody of the city.
Yeah.
I imagine that I won't be able to do that tonight, but I want to see if I can talk to some people to find out which establishments.
Yeah, you
are
do
better.
talk to some people. You find out some of the better establishments among the bazaar. Obviously, some people have their own preferences. Like the
I'm
ones.
looking for like a
Yeah, because like when you talk.
necro wizard sort of
Yeah.
spellcaster.
So when you talk to an elf,
robe
obviously
outfit.
they point you towards like
Elven
their
styling.
favorite store. But if you suddenly talk to like an outsider, they point to the stuff they like because they don't really want to look like these emo
Yeah.
elves. So
Yeah.
you kind of follow the advice of elves, and you do like note out a couple of ones which will be open the next day.
You want to look like an emo elf.
Can I
You
do
can
the
have
same
their
thing?
ears and everything.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I can do
Like you
something.
kind of notice what Sasha's doing,
Yeah.
and you kind of work out that she's trying to find clothing shops.
Part of my grand plan, anyway.
As you've been quite observant doing
Yeah.
that. Now, as the day goes late, where do you wish to head to first?
I guess
The
we're
inn.
going to the Purple Glove.
The best inn in the fucking world.
Guaranteed by Urbag, recommended 10 out of 10.
I'm not paying a lot though. Like, come on.
No. This is like we should be paying like 100 gold a night for this place.
I'm not paying 100 gold a night. I'll sleep out in the streets.
You're not gonna have to pay that. But I'm just saying that's how good it is.
No.
It's like 100 gold a night. Good.
Walking about.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, go for it.
Walking about, you eventually come to the Purple Glove. It appears to be a large, 3-story inn made out of cold, dark rock. The top 2 floors house the rooms, while the lowest floor appears to be a tavern. Do you wish to enter?
Yes.
As you enter, a pair of zombies, their skin long since dried out to a very leathery hide, reach out. So they've entered the Purple Inn.
Oh, yeah.
Purple Glove, sorry.
Purple
It's
Glove.
a large 3-story inn made out of rock. As you all enter, a pair of zombies, their skin long since dried out to a leathery hide, reach out to you to accept any cloaks or heavy armor and shields that you wish to check into the coat room. Judging by what they look like, you think that they were once elves. Beyond that, a smartly dressed elf tends to the reception desk. He looks up, but his cold, emotionless expression doesn't change as he sees you enter. What do you wish to do?
I'd like to go towards him and speak Elvish and ask him, "Excuse me, kind sir, I wish to investigate how much a room for the night is, please."
He looks at you and he says, same as for any outsider.
Yeah.
6 gold per single room and 10 gold for a double room.
Does he say it in common?
I guess he replies in elf.
Yeah, because I'm
He
speaking
wouldn't
elf.
talk- Yeah, he wouldn't talk in common.
'Cause the French don't speak to people in their language.
Per night, and this includes breakfast.
Cool. I'd like to get a single room. For
You
6
may,
gold.
you may pay your 6 gold to secure
And
your
I'd
single room
like to
for the night.
speak to my comrades in.
Turning around, you look at your comrades who are standing by the 2 zombies with outstretched hands.
I'm just like
I guess refusing to give them.
I
anything.
said no. I waved those on my
pass
way.
It's fine.
I will pass them my winter coat,
Yeah,
revealing my noble outfit beneath.
sure. They take your winter coat and carefully store it into the coat room. I guess John just walks past them. He wouldn't give his
No.
clothes to Undead.
But I wait to hear
I can't
what the
believe
mouse
John's even
says.
here. Like, I would like. Amazing.
Yes, it
like,
would be a test of his
fortitude.
character, I guess.
Yeah, it would be.
To kind of hold himself back because he is lawful
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but not evil.
Mm-hmm.
and right, lawful
do,
and
do you
righteous.
tell us what was said?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I pass on. I say I paid 6 gold per night and 10 gold for a 6 gold for a single room plus breakfast and 10 gold for a double room. But I spoke in Elvish. Would you like me to negotiate on your behalf, or are you happy ordering your own rooms?
I'm ordering my own.
Oh, on my own.
I will order a double with John.
Sure.
Cool.
So 6, 6, 10.
Wait, what happened, Rumi?
Well, you bailed on me. You said you wanted your own room.
No, I said I was going to talk to them about a room. I didn't say I was going to bail on you.
Sounded like you bailed on me.
I pay for
Sasha's
a
just
room.
feeling a little bit left out because they didn't
I'll
get their
talk to them
opportunity.
Sure.
if I can. Then
He seems he seems appreciative of your patronage. I guess he gives you your key and tells you where your room is.
Is it the same price?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I see anyone around who looks like a high
this
elf?
place, this could be a lawful place. They just have.
Hi, Tommy.
The
Hey, Tommy.
receptionist is a high elf.
We miss
Yeah,
you.
anyone,
Happy New
like,
Year.
drinking or anything?
Oh, you haven't walked into the tavern
Okay,
area.
cool.
No,
Yeah,
no,
so
no.
you're kind of outside the reception
I'm
area.
going
There
into
is
the
a
tavern
room
area.
door leading up.
Hang on, we all getting rooms first. Are we getting a double together, or are you getting double with John?
Well, somebody's going to look after John.
Okay, fine. You get a double with John.
You can get
I
a double
would
with
like.
Sasha.
No,
I've already put a room by.
it's never going to happen.
And I need a single because I'm going to interrupt throughout the whole night, so I don't want to wake anyone up.
I would like.
Yes.
When you say a single room,
Yes.
it's a room with a single bed,
It is a room with a single bed. Yes.
as in a single size bed,
Yes. A
Or
single
double bed.
human sized
the-
bed.
Okay.
Room
And
enough
the
for
double-
one.
A room enough for one
And
person.
traveller.
A double room
Yes. It
would
has
have.
your choice of 2 single beds or 1 big bed.
I would like a double room
Sure.
with one big bed.
Sure, you have a double room with one big bed.
And that is 10 gold.
Yes.
So you're ready to pick up one of these.
Tavern witches.
Also, funny you should mention that.
I have, yeah,
Yeah. Urbek is a connoisseur.
a connoisseur, and you must,
Strange and weird behavior
you must
that
try.
may or may not be allowed on camera.
It's not allowed.
Or was that Alex the last time who did that?
What?
Trying to remember.
Went
who-
on a debaucherous,
On his-
outrageous
his date.
bender.
His date.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. He spent like all his money
Yeah, he
On his
spent all his
prostitute.
money on his
on his dates
gambling and dates.
while he was waiting for us to turn up because he fucked off as an owl. No,
Yes.
eagle.
Eagle.
That's right.
And got wrecked by another eagle. on
Who
the
just
day.
wanted a date?
Yeah, they just wanted a date.
But they were both male eagles, so
Yeah, they could have
Still
still
wanted
wanted
a
a
date.
I guess fair enough. Okay, so
Traditional dates.
with your rooms secured and paid for, you
Yeah.
walk in. You follow the mall into the tavern area.
Sick.
The tavern area is a lot quieter than what you are used to, because obviously you went to the Inn Tavern at Bandit's Grass and that was like a noisy, music-filled affair.
It's solemn.
Here is very solemn, you're correct. A scattering of groups, each at their own individual tables, are having quiet meals and sharing hushed conversations. There are 3 groups of men and elves, clearly like 3 different tables and groups. Clearly outsider mercenaries, as they, like yourselves, yeah, I predicted this, have refused to check in any of their weapons and armor. So they're all sitting there in their full plain shields and spears and all that. You only dump your cloak. And I guess you took off your thing, but you didn't check anything in. There is another table with 4 very heavily cloaked dwarfs, and they're playing a card game with coins on the table. Just to tempt Urban, I guess.
And
You
Nathan.
see him ready. And finally,
It's funny because I was all up there until you said card game.
yes. What
So-
game would you like?
Well, because Urbag has a
Dice,
charlatan's dice.
probably.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, dice.
No, they're actually playing a card game.
Yeah.
And
like it.
finally, aside from you guys, there is one table that has a tall, slim, high elf, dressed in very fine red robes. His messy
I'll be right back.
long hair covering most of his face as he studies a book on the table. So
What
3
color is
tables of elf and human mercenaries. They are obviously outsiders. They're still armed to the teeth. They have their swords with them.
And a table of dwarves.
A table of 4 dwarves playing cards, and this tall, high elf in red robes.
Okay.
Reading a
I, completely out of character, would like to
Secure yourself a table and order food.
No.
No?
Do an insight roll to find out what card game it is.
Sure.
Is it? Perception. Yeah. Is it perception?
Insight is.
It
You
doesn't
can't
matter.
tell
I know what
you
you're
can't
thinking.
tell him which role you're doing either.
Well, I can.
Oh, he can just roll and then he can tell me his bonus
Well,
to
I-
whatever skill that I say applies.
Okay.
It's a 6 on dice.
We'll say it's perception.
And if it is perception, that will be 9.
As far as you can tell, they are playing some sort of dwarven poker. The rules seem fairly similar to what you're used for, like the common version of poker.
Sick. I walk
Nothing
over.
too. How much was your total?
9.
Okay,
Um,
that's all you know.
Okay.
Can I see if I can figure out what book this
No,
hides
because
reading?
I'm still doing
Okay.
things.
Okay, what would you do?
I walk over and I ask the dwarves what they're playing
Yes.
and if they can teach me.
You greet them in common, and they look up, and you realize that they are Duergar.
Oh shit.
They are friendly. They look at you like, "Hello, friend gnome." And they
Because
say-
dwarves and gnomes are friends.
We're playing a simple game of Dark Dwarf Poker. Do you wish to join?
I'd love to join, but I have no idea how to play.
Then
Can
one that
you
says, "Do
please-
not worry, we will teach you."
I don't even have to roll deception because I can.
Oh, you can. You probably don't need to. They just go a 1, so they have no idea that you're bluffing.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, I have 13 without the dice, so.
Well, I rolled 1, so there was no way anything was going to happen.
Okay.
They invite you friendly to the table.
How much money do you want?
And they make small talk with you. They ask you like where you're from. Do you wish to tell them? Do you wish to give any hint? Or...
I tell them that I'm from Freeport.
Yeah. They seem impressed. They've never been that far east.
I'm a traveling bard.
They have noticed your banjo. Yes. They have noticed ukulele.
I said they might have heard of me because I've been like all over Shard.
Yeah.
Have they?
Do you
I tell
mention
them my
the name
No,
Urbag?
I tell them my.
Oh, your
my
full
name's
name, like
Urbag.
Urbag Rocksteady.
Yeah.
No, they don't seem to have heard of any of those names. I roll low.
No, I mean it's
Like
fine.
I roll.
It just leads into what could
Yeah.
possibly happen later as me maybe performing in a bar like I normally
Sure.
do after stealing all their money.
Um,
I pour them. I order a round of drinks for my dwarven friends.
It would cost you 2 gold to have a round of drinks for yourself and the dwarves. I guess there's a special
Yeah,
like
should
5
do.
for 2 gold. It's a fairly passable elven ale.
2 rounds I've taken.
Yeah. The pot or the coinage that they're gambling with is fairly low, like it's not high amounts. They're having pretty friendly game. From your observation, you don't actually have to go. They're actually playing properly. They're not trying to cheat each other, so
Yeah.
they seem to know each other, and they're not trying to cheat you as well. So they seem fairly up and up on that for
Yeah.
dark dwarves.
Yeah, I'll just play.
From what you can tell, they are part of a mining clan. They're
okay.
here to make a trade deal with some of the elves, but lately they've been having trouble because the elves have gone into some sort of isolationist thinking. They think someone is trying to attack them from the outside.
Hence why all the mercenary companies outside.
What does Damal wish to do?
I'd like to.
So you see Urbag has joined, he's
Again.
joined the table,
Yeah.
he's sat down, he's ordered them like round of drinks, multiple, and he started playing cards with them.
Yeah.
What do we should do?
I'd like to see if I can see what the high elf's reading.
You approach, make a stealth check.
I get to add to it though, right?
Yes.
Stealth.
You know how I rolled ones for you?
Yeah, you rolled like 20s.
Yes.
13 plus 6.
The universe must average out.
19.
The universe averages out. He notices you sneaking up,
Yeah.
or at least trying to be steady,
Yeah.
and he turns at you and he kind of glares at you, and then he goes back to his book. But he
I'm
brings it in
like,
closer because
sorry,
he can
master.
figure out what
I-
you're doing. Yeah.
No, I could be like, sorry, master. I was just trying not to
Yeah.
disturb you.
He looks at you and he kind of waves you off
Yeah.
and goes back to studying his book. Like, it doesn't really bother him. Like, he would have maybe taken offense if you actually got a look at what he was looking
Yeah,
at. But
yeah.
because you didn't and he caught you, he kind of doesn't care.
And even when he moves it away, like I can't see the cover.
Yeah, you can't see the
or-
cover. Yeah. He was too fast for you, like, before you could even get a glimpse.
Yeah. Does he seem quite?
He seems
High
quite
up?
engrossed in his book.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
he drinking anything?
He's sipping on a cup of wine, but it's barely touched. So he's not drunk or anything.
So I can't poison his drink.
Probably not.
Escalate immediately to poisoning the drunk. I
Roofie.
can't read your books, so I will roofie you.
Roofie
Yeah.
you.
Hey, it's better than outright killing him.
Fair enough. What does Aisha and Sasha wish to do?
I should first.
Well, I think I know a place where we can find some information on where outsiders hang out. It's a fighting ring? Yeah, fighting pit. Happening tonight.
As far as you can tell, it will probably start in about 2 hours. You
Yeah.
think you know the directions to it, or at least you can kind of figure it out based on the information
Do we
you've already gathered.
convince the
And based
mayor-
on the map?
And kind of based on the map, like, I guess, because the map was in your
It's
possession.
in Bazaar or
It is
Yeah, but I'd freely show the map to any of.
in the Crow District.
over in the Crow District?
Yeah. Sasha, what do you wish to
Should
do?
we try to convince them all to go in?
To the fight.
Yeah, get us admission. Then we talk around, try to find out where.
Oh, because she speaks Elvish, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, based on who I asked, like this is mostly handled by like non-elves. It's like it's because underground.
You get the feeling that it's actually both,
Oh, okay.
So you want me to come?
but it is more the. Yeah, you realize that it's both, but you think that the people running it are high elves, but the people betting and possibly fighting in it are not.
Yeah,
high
that's
elves.
totally yeah.
That's your guess from what you get.
That's what I would have
Yeah.
thought.
That sounds like a good idea. I am, seeing as we have a bit of time, going to try and talk to some of these tables and see if we can find out why they've been here, who summoned them, who they're working for.
Okay.
Because there was 3 tables, right?
So there are three
Three
tables
tables
of
of note.
different mercenary groups of note.
Yeah.
They are sharing and talking amongst
Could we
themselves.
convince what?
There
of
is
these
that
groups
elf that she's trying to
go
kill,
in?
and they are the dwarves that
Go
you are
into
trying
the
to
fight.
kill.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
If they're mercenaries, they're probably itching for a fight.
Well, that's one of the things we can use as a bugging tool. Should you take one table or I'll take another?
I'm not very good at talking, you know that.
Yeah, but
They'll
Yeah, but
hate me
do we
straight
know
away.
Do we know in game that they're like? Are we like? We should never send Aisha to know.
Oh yeah, I tell you, I was ready to tell you guys.
You know because it happened before.
Yeah,
yeah,
And
but we say,
several times.
we say the same thing about Damal, but we let her do it.
Yes.
but I know
And-
I should not
and,
talk
and,
to
and,
people.
yeah, but at the same time, you also have the bargaining tool of, hey, there's a fight happening tonight. Would you like to fight in the fights? We're going to fight in the fights.
Are you asking Damal that?
No, I'm
We can
saying
spot-
this as in I should say this to the other groups.
Right.
This is metagaming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can
Well,
play
no,
them.
we're in a face-to-face conversation.
Yeah, we're actually having, you guys are
Oh, right,
fucking off
yeah,
doing
yeah.
your shit. We're
I'm
talking.
drinking in a
Yes.
pub.
Yeah,
Yes.
Which
You're
is
drinking
And
a
I'm
pub, you're playing
skulking
cards for a
around
few
the reader
coins.
Yeah.
at the moment. Yeah.
you can say I
you
can
want me to roll a
say
percentage to see how we go?
At some point, I'll roll
you
percentage.
you
you're
could
gonna
be
roll,
like
okay.
the sponsor.
It's really how shit to do.
How much money do you have? Because
Not much.
I've spent a lot of money selling those.
Buying them drinks helps.
Like
Do you know
at
what I
300 gold.
realized before?
You
Yes.
I have advantage to
About
sleight of
17.
hand because I have
Yeah.
gloves. of-
150 platinum.
Ah,
think
yeah.
it's a lot more than me.
Really?
You should put that
Really?
to
Yeah.
good use.
For you to
If you
rich.
wish to.
I
I-
was, and then I spent
Like
it all on
I
the
would
guild.
if the
And
coin
then it just
was
spent 200
higher.
Oh, yeah, if there
and
was a
they
higher pot, yeah.
were
Okay.
playing-
Very
and
minimal.
they seemed like assholes.
Yeah.
But they don't. So
Okay.
I'm just happy to sort of
Okay.
Just talk to one table.
glean
Okay.
information
Okay.
from them.
Okay.
Who cares? What's the worst that's going to happen? They say no.
Okay. Let's see if we can.
She's going to talk to a table. I'm going to talk to a table.
Well, whatever table.
Separate mercenary tables?
separate
or
mercenary tables.
Separate mercenary tables? Okay.
Separate.
And then we'll talk to Damal and
Yeah.
Urde.
Together.
You strike up a conversation with the men and women at the separate mercenary tables. As you earlier surmised, some of them are elves, some of them are humans. They are mercenaries. They've been hired by the city to act in her defense outside on the surface. Surprisingly, without even any roles, you find them all quite generally friendly.
Oh, okay.
They kind of welcome you and treat you as their own. They seem to think you are a mercenary as well, with the same objective. Not necessarily in the same company, but like brothers in arms kind of thing,
Okay.
or sisters in arms, as the case may be. They seem amazingly friendly. They are welcoming. In fact, some of them.
Jesus.
What was that?
Leia launching herself.
Some of them even offer to buy you guys a
She's
drink or you
possessive.
ladies
Okay.
drink.
Okay.
You may roll an insight, both of you, if you wish.
Ooh,
Have a
11.
cat, you dick.
Leia, cut it out. 6. Leia. Come on. Come here.
That plus the number that is on the
Six.
page
Is
Leia.
is a
Come here.
number that is satisfactory.
Leia.
That is 22.
22
Leia, come here.
gets you the following. Their friendship is actually genuine. They seem to look at you as a fellow
Down.
brother in arms, sister in arms.
Down.
However, on top of that, you realize that they are avoiding starting any aggression as they genuinely fear the people running the city. So it's a mixture of fear and camaraderie.
Okay.
So they will not want to start shit.
So a massive mercenary company is scared of the people.
While
running
the
this.
5 guys on shore leave on the table in this inn, the most amazing inn, are scared to start any fight whatsoever.
It's the most
in the
amazing.
city of
I
the
didn't pick up
undead.
anything.
You didn't. You pick up that they are genuinely friendly. We'll say that they are ready for fight, but they're a bit confused. They don't know for sure who they are fighting. They seem to haven't been told. They've just been told to stand there and be ready for an attack.
Yeah.
It's a bit confusing. They think that their leaders know, but they as like common soldiers, they really haven't been told. They just point at that guy and say attack.
Hi.
I have
Because
no
he's stabbing
idea.
at the door.
I imagine we both discussed the fact that there's a fight club that's happening.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, some of
relaying
them
the
seem
information
quite
that I
interested in
showed.
going,
Yeah.
and they agree that they will accompany you.
Man,
Not all
so-
of them, of course. Some of them want to
Yeah.
like sleep off the night.
I see. I look for whoever is interested to use some energy
I
since they
just
just been
wanna-
sitting and watch.
The Durga are terrible at their own card game because you seem to be a lot better and you've handled your drink better as well. You win a total of 13 silver coins out of them,
It's big money
That is
from
big money.
from a small
I
pot.
guess. Meanwhile, what does the Mao wish to do?
I ask.
Because you only did like a little peer. They have full-on conversations
Yeah,
and
yeah,
games
yeah.
with their friends.
Is there anyone else Albish of nature that's sitting at the bar?
No, because you do notice that the waitresses and waiter are half elves.
Yeah.
undead.
We'll say the bartender is an elf as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he the night bartender?
Hmm?
Is he the night bartender?
Sure, he's the night bartender.
I'll just go up. I'll just go up to
Yeah.
the bar and
Yeah.
start a conversation.
Okay.
With the
You
night
start a friendly
bartender.
conversation with him.
Yeah.
He seems open to talking to you. It does seem like he is more used to the outsiders rather than.
I'm speaking in Albish as well.
Yeah.
Just
He seems friendly enough.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular you wish to steer the conversation to?
I'd like to kind of steer it towards like his work and his hours and what he likes to do around the city and just casual, like, you know.
Yeah, casually. You know that he's been here for many years,
Yeah.
but he is not the first bartender that has worked here.
Yeah.
The inn is quite popular with most of the outsiders in the city.
Yeah.
He says most people here are like generally well behaved, like they haven't caused trouble, no bar fights or anything.
Cool.
He wishes that there were more music, I guess, performed in the tavern. But you know,
Have we got a deal for them?
the genuine musicians kind of
Yeah.
refuse to play in this kind of low class tavern.
Okay.
This is.
I
the
pass.
best
I
tavern.
sneak up to this one and tell him what I have discovered.
Excellent. Something happens.
What happens?
Something happens, and this is just after the conclusion of his card game.
Where I take my money.
After you take your money.
Yeah.
As you approach, one of the Durga lunges and grabs at the Mao's wrist, revealing horrible scars of torture on his own arm. This one, he hisses, the stench of his horrible breath upon your face. I remember them. Was them that let my family die. Watched as the Driders slaughtered us and then ran away. His grip tightens on your wrist. Cowardly servants of the Spider Queen.
I hiss and I say, "It was not I. This curse has been inflicted upon me."
Can you roll a
You hiss?
Deception?
It was not I.
Deception?
This curse
Yeah,
has
'cause
been
he's like,
inflicted
it wasn't
upon
you.
me.
It was you.
And you
Was
did
it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
wait a
us,
minute.
Not
Oh,
her.
you don't
Yeah,
know.
it was not her.
It
She's
wasn't
not
her.
lying.
She was.
Oh yeah,
Not
she wasn't
lying.
there.
Not
Yeah.
lying.
Right.
So he wouldn't have recognized.
But he's
it.
doing it based on the fact that she's drunk.
Okay, so
That
okay.
she's a draw.
But I'm
and
also-
she's
and
but
wearing
then
I'm also
he
not
spider
lying.
put
amulet.
together that he recognizes the rest of you.
Okay, so persuasion then.
Yeah. So you would be a persuasion
Oh.
check.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Sorry.
matter.
Yeah.
His grip tightens in your wrist and it starts to hurt.
Can I try and wiggle out?
You can. I'll get you to make a opposed strength check a little bit. And he says, "Cowards, all of you." And it's starting to hurt. So, an opposed strength check.
Can I not do like an acrobatics or
Like
something?
escape.
Is there an escape artist?
Yeah, I just.
Whichever you prefer.
Escapers, yeah, as acrobatics or athletics versus the grabber's athletics.
I'd like to do acrobatics.
Sure, you may. You try and turn and twist your way out.
16 plus 9.
A 16 plus 9 gets you out. You manage to wriggle and twist.
Yeah.
And free your
Free
hurt
my arm.
wrist in your arm from
And I go
his
hide behind
grip.
Sasha.
And you go hide behind Sasha.
I'm just sitting at the table going,
And
This
I hiss it.
one,
And
they're
I'm
about
like,
to pounce
hey,
you because they
hey,
recognize you
they
now.
like music.
he
Nope.
stands
Wrong.
up and kicks his chair out from behind him and he gets ready to hit you.
To hit me?
Fine.
Yeah,
Yes.
he recognizes you.
wow. But
Because to him, you have performed some sort of deception. Like he thinks you know him.
I want to throw out there
Yes.
that it was revealed before
Yes.
that they're plastered
They are plastered, which means their judgment is impaired.
and their movement.
Oh yeah. I am rolling with penalties.
Oh,
I
okay.
am rolling
Yeah.
with penalties.
I just
That's why he got out. He got out quite easily.
yeah. Okay.
Sort of.
Smashed it.
Yeah.
Okay. This
What
is
do you
where
wish to
I
do?
this is where I do my talkie.
Make your talkie. What do you say?
I tell them that
Oh, meanwhile, all of you see this. Like even all the other tables where you're at, they kind of quieted and turned their attention to, I guess, Urbank and this.
I just
Yeah.
say, look,
Yes.
look, friend, and then I explain exactly what happened that whole time, because during the entire fight, we didn't think that we'd be able to fight the Driders as well.
Wait, this guy
Legitimately.
remembers us from at least 10 years ago.
Yes.
Because, and this is, I want to talk to him because I
Combined
want
with
to
his
find
deep
out.
hatred for Droel.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
I want to talk to him because I want to find out exactly how long ago it was.
Sure, but
So
you
I tell him
your explanation.
that
You
I
must
say-
make a persuasion check.
I speak the exact truth. I roll a net one. Wow.
Fortunately for you,
He also rolls an F.
well, he doesn't roll a net one, but you have spoken a little bit of sense, and their fear of causing trouble seems to override their need for vengeance at the moment.
Excellent.
The Durga chief in charge, one of the other guys, so not the scarred arm guy that grabbed the Mao,
Yeah.
a stern dwarf with wild dark hair and beard, he slams his tankard of drink on the table and yells, "Enough!" Everyone at the tavern immediately kind of gasps and looks at the scene, and he slaps the hand of the scarred Durga away. Kind of making him not
Angry.
punch you, I guess.
Yeah.
He says, "This is not the place for this." He addresses the scarred Durga calmly. "Aramok, step outside for some air, and the two of you," he points at the other two, "go with him and keep him out of trouble." With that,
Now we kill him.
you watch as the three dark dwarfs obey their chieftain and grudgingly back down and leave the tavern. The scarred dwarf spits at your feet, I guess Urbeck because he's there, and
Wow.
curses in the Duergar language before leaving. After he leaves,
Rough.
the Duergar chief relaxes back into his seat and he stares at you disdainfully. And then at the Mal. "We have nothing further to discuss. Get out of my sight."
Well,
He
we're
goes
allowed
back-
to be in the fucking tavern too.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
Okay.
But I
But he
told him,
kind of
like,
wants Urbeck to leave his table. He goes back to his drink and picking up the pieces of his ruined card game. Is there anything you wish to do unless you refuse to leave?
Each time I talk is a different.
It
role.
depends on what you say. If
Right.
it's something that requires a roll, I'll make you roll. So
Okay.
you can say things.
I
you
can say things.
Yeah, you can say things.
Well, because I wanna find out.
Because your explanation of the story at a net 1 was not a believable story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
And-
but now that the situation has changed and the guy that was going to punch
Yes.
me has left,
You can't.
Well, if you
that's
get
the
re-
chieftain guy.
But if you keep redoing the same
Oh,
thing,
you're doing the same story.
No, I'm not going to
doesn't
redo
really
that. I'm not going to redo the
Yeah.
same story.
Yeah, so it depends on what you want to say. So go ahead.
So I look at the chieftain and I say, "Look, chief," because obviously chieftain. We have no idea what's going on. Every now and then, she freaks out. We get teleported somewhere.
What? Well, I can't hear this. Okay.
Yeah, you
No,
can.
she.
Oh.
She. This one.
I guess you can.
I do.
He's not really being quiet. He's speaking in normal tone, but
and-
everyone else has just
Yeah.
completely gone silent.
And
Yeah, I think we're probably paying
I have a
intense
decent
attention.
perception
yeah,
as
like
well.
your even without the rolling, like the natural one,
Yeah.
the one would let you hear it. So what do you said that? Okay.
I got.
Wait,
Go back. Shut up.
Aisha yells at you to shut up.
You ignore her and continue
You
talking.
ignore her and continue.
I want to know what's going on.
Yes.
Please, sir, can you tell me at least how long ago that happened?
Can he tell you at least how long ago that happened?
Would he even know?
Well, yeah.
He
Someone's
guesses
family
it
got
was
slaughtered.
maybe 12 or
The-
11 years
The
ago.
drunk guy was the one who said family. This is his captain. He
Yes.
could have joined up.
Yeah.
He says, I was not there personally, and my friend was there with his family, his clan. They were slaughtered except for him. I think maybe, and he says a bit angrily, 11 or 12 years ago. They were captured by the Drider, taken to the Drow city, and tortured for information.
Oh, you guys did nothing.
He is not the fan of
You
you guys.
did nothing.
You were stuck
saved
with your
us- we
face
saved
in a
a
water
child.
skin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't even save me. I tried.
You
And then
fucking
with
say I
that, he
didn't save you.
says,
You fucking say I didn't save you again.
Now that I've answered your
I'll make you drown
questions,
again.
best you be on your way.
They still have some of that moss.
Lest you
Yeah.
test my patience.
That's-
I just
Slime.
wanted to know how long ago. it
Yeah.
was.
So he tells you maybe 11 or 12 years ago.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm in.
Alright.
No beef. No beef.
And
I
with
did-
that, you walk away with the tail between your legs.
I have a quick other question, the
Yes.
maintenance question.
Yeah.
Have we had a long rest since our
Yes.
last comment?
Yeah. It's been
Yeah,
days.
definitely.
7 days.
It's been like 7 days.
I just looked at my spells.
With that, I will probably end because
Next
the
week,
gambling
Tuesday.
arena fighting thing is more than what time we would have.
Oh,
It
okay.
would be more interesting.
Alright, no,
fair
that's
enough.
cool. Alright.
Wait.
Well, thanks everyone. There
Because
was
it's
some
about
people that dropped
8:40
in
now.
and stopped
Yeah.
and blah 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 and said hi. So thanks for coming along. Next week we're not quite sure if we're gonna try and run it on Tuesday
Oh. Yeah,
instead
that's
of
the thing.
Thursday because I have to go away for work.
Yep.
Sorry.
So we'll try to run it on Tuesday if we can, if everyone is free.
Yeah, but keep an eye out for the notifications. I guess on Tuesday night at the same time. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then
Combination.
we'll be back
But
sometime.
to find an artist.
Thanks.
No.
Oh,
for
also-
the outfit that I'm gonna buy.
Oh,
Also,
Yeah, I thought you were doing
if someone knows an artist
This?
that's on like Fiverr or something that does animation,
I know that thing. I've looked at
Just
it as well.
because it's fun.
okay. Peace.
Peace, thank you.
Catch you later. Thanks, guys.